Alright then, so I'm here on the Vue.js documentation on the Getting Started guide, and what I'll do is attach this link to this lesson so that you can go and check it out yourself if you want to. Now, I said earlier that we can use Vue.js to create full dynamic web applications in the browser, and we can do. But we can also use Vue.js just to control certain parts of a web page as well, such as dynamic widgets. So to begin with, instead of diving into the deep end and creating full web apps from scratch with Vue, what we'll be doing is just using it to control certain parts of our web page, setting it up the simple way. And I think this way we can jump right in and focus on the different features of Vue and how to use them, instead of being bogged down with the whole setting up process of a complete Vue application. But later on in the course, we will be creating those full Vue apps using the Vue CLI and Webpack. But for now, what we'll be doing is loading in the Vue library into our HTML page using this script tag right here. So let's copy that and head over to a text editor. And I'm in the Vue Firebase folder, nothing in there whatsoever at the minute. Let's create a file called index, not in capitals, index.html. All right, so we need some boilerplate code in here, HTML tags, head tag, and inside there a title as well. The title will say Vue Basics, and underneath this we'll paste in our script tag. So we also need some simple HTML inside a body tag, so let's do that. We'll do a H1, and inside here we'll say Vue Basics, and underneath that I'm going to create a div with an ID of app. And by the way, in VS Code, if I just do this and then tab, it's going to create that div with an ID of app. All right. So the idea here is that Vue.js is ultimately going to be controlling this div right here. We're going to pass control of this div to Vue.js. And then we'll be writing Vue.js code to dynamically output different content and data within this div on the web page, right? So we've loaded in the library at the top, but we also need to write our own JavaScript code using this Vue library. So let's create another file over here called app.js. And we need to link to this app.js inside this file as well. Now we need to link to it below this thing on the page. I'm going to put it at the bottom of the body tag. So I'll do a script tag and set the source equal to app.js. And the reason it has to be below this thing is because inside app.js, we're going to be using code which is delivered to us inside this file, right? So this depends on this. All right, so now we have this web page set up. In the next video, what we can do is start to pass control of this app div right here to Vue.js by writing our own code inside this app.js file.